Destined Rivals is going absolutely crazy at the moment, with booster boxes edging closer and closer every day to that $1,000 mark. We really need to talk about it. With rumors swirling of reprints and restocks, I'm going to give you my humble opinion on what I think you should be doing if you want to get in on this set. So, probably the biggest mover in the Pokemon market at the moment, I think today's the 6th of February, just had the Pokemon Day releases came out, picked one of them up today. But anyway, I'm not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Destined Rivals, booster boxes in particular, and basically what's happening. So the set itself, if you didn't know, came out in May of 2025. It's a 240 card set. It's got some absolutely ripping SIRs in it, including Mewtwo, Cynthia's Garchomp, Ethan's Ho-Oh, Moltres, Nidoking, like lots of good cards. I remember when the set was announced, there was actually a bit of negativity around it. Like a lot of people were, giving it a thumbs down, saying that, the cards weren't that great and there was really nothing in it worth chasing, which I thought was ridiculous because the cards I just mentioned are great looking. This is by far the best main set that has come out in the Scarlet and Violet era. Fair enough, you could argue, some other booster boxes points, some other series, but, besides the special sets like 151, Prismatic Evolutions, like Destined Rivals is like the premier set of Scarlet and Violet. It's also like the first Team Rocket heavy set since Team Rocket Returns. So I mean, the hype around it was huge when it was announced, and the hype is getting bigger and bigger, especially now. Like a lot of people that were saying that the set was rubbish, yeah, I don't know, they were probably just doing that for likes and views and all that. So anyway, start of the year came out about booster boxes. Rumors started to swirl that there were no booster box reprints coming. That caused movement. Now, this isn't market manipulation by any means. This isn't meme cards that, a couple of guys decided to drop $500,000 on so they can circle jerk about it and have a laugh. Like, this is actual movement. These prices reflect actual sales. If you haven't realized by my accent, I'm in Australia. I'm seeing it on auction groups. I'm seeing it on eBay. These boxes are moving, and currently they're moving around the $800 mark. I think it was around December, they were around that 500, 550, 580. Then they hit 6, and then, once they started selling at 6, they started getting posted at 7. They start selling at 7, and now, as of early Feb, we're seeing people post from the high 800s to 900s, and some people are posting over $1,000 already. Those boxes aren't selling; they're not selling at that, but they are selling at $800. So looking back, with the rumors that started early on the year, that was basically driven by people that have distribution. People are asking, when are the Destined Rivals booster box getting reprinted? And, people that have distribution are saying, well, we don't know anything. There's no orders for them or anything like that. I think at the moment there is a bit of rumor out there saying that they are, but I'll get into the reprint side of it in a minute. But yeah, so that's basically what has driven the booster boxes to go as high as they are at the moment, is that fear of missing out. So pretty much we're in a now or never phase. Now, the last time I can recall something like this happening was probably around Evolving Skies. Evolving Skies hit around $600 a box. Remember back then, booster boxes were only around $200, $220 Australian. So, $600 was quite a lot of money. And, a lot of people had the same opinion, it's too much, I'm not paying that. And, now, of course, hindsight, people probably wish they did drop $600 on a booster box of Evolving Skies, because now they're selling from anywhere between $3,500 all the way up to $4,000. Will Destined Rivals hit those numbers? At some point they will, for sure. As quickly as Evolving Skies did, maybe not. But I honestly would not be surprised like at all if this is a $2,500 booster box, like as soon as it goes out of print. I mean, yeah, it is like out of the main series of Scarlet and Violet, this is the set to have. Um, so with the restock rumors about booster boxes getting reprinted, now that's all well and good, and personally I hope they happen because I'd love to buy more at a cheaper price. But I don't think that a booster box, reprint is really going to have that much of an effect unless they absolutely flooded the market with booster boxes. But I don't think that the Pokemon Company will be able to do that. And the reason is that with the sets that are coming out, Ascended Heroes is the next one to come out very soon. Already that set has been broken up into like blocks. Like we're getting the triple pack has come out, the triple blister, the 2-pack blister, then the ETB is coming out, then the collection boxes are coming out. So we already know that the printers are under strain to keep up with demand. We've got Perfect Order around the corner, which has probably already been printed. They've just announced Ninja Spinner, which I think I've heard Chaos Rising or something is what it's going to be called here in English. So they have to print all that as well. So when do they have time to print, Destined Rivals again? And then obviously we have 30 years of Pokemon, and the 30th anniversary set coming out, and the demand for that is going to be sky high. So they have to be prepared for that. So they're the big things to consider because you think about it from the Pokemon Company's perspective. Are they going to print one of these to sell to one person, or get broken up, or do they print 6 of these and give out 6 people get a product? Because it's product demand. People want product. Like retail shops and that just can't keep it on the shelf. So I mean, most Pokemon sells out within a day. If it comes in on a Friday here in Oz, most of it's gone by Sunday. And even the stuff that people don't want, again, like it's only there for a couple of days before it gets gobbled up because there's just nothing to go around. EV Games, for example, they don't have anything, and if they do have something, again, they've got limitations as well on what they'll sell. So with that, and this is more so is going to involve Aussie people. Obviously, I'm Australian. I'm in Australia. Like I can really only talk for us. I can't talk for America. So let's just say, for example, we get the big booster box reprint. How many are we going to get realistically? Let's just say, a couple of pallets. All right. So they give out X amount to EV Games and X amount to Games World. Like they currently have allocation, like limit allocation to customer. So, if they've got a 10-pack limit, you're not getting a booster box from EV Games. You're just not getting one. So, okay, so you're not going to get it from them. Games World is the same, unless like you get lucky and, the person there says, oh, yeah, okay, I'll sell you one. So, it's not going to be that many that are going to come into like the main market. You're not going to get booster boxes from Kmart, Big W, Target. I mean, I know Kmart advertises booster boxes, but here in WA, I don't know of any Kmarts that sell booster boxes. And so, yeah, I mean, not expecting to find any there. Local game stores, card shop, do you really think that they're going to put these out at $3.90, $3.80, $3.50? You're dreaming, mate. I'm sorry, but you're dreaming. They're going to go off market price, and they have to, most of them anyway, because they're not chain stores. They're just run by one person or like a little family and stuff. So you can't expect them to drop down to retail, or they've got to supply their customers, and they've got to keep everyone happy. So if a local games shop only gets 1 or 2 cases, are they going to sell a case to the greedy guy, or are they going to do the same thing, have a customer limit and say, no, I'm only selling 10 packs? Or are they going to put them in the back back closet and think, we'll pull them out later, and when we're having a rough month, we'll sell one of these. So as far as the restocks go, especially here in Oz, like even if they do happen, I don't think it's going to have much impact on the price. So this is where we come now to the now or never question, like the big biting question. Now, if you bought these in the first wave, or if you were lucky enough to catch on that, the 2 weeks later, because usually, like, there's the initial release, most booster boxes sell out. A couple of weeks later, there'll be a few more come through. So if you were lucky to get it then, and you still have it sealed, awesome, you're in a good spot. Hang on to it, hold on to it. Don't sell it. Like, just enjoy it. Let it marinate in the cupboard. If you you didn't, or if you did manage to get some, well, I managed to get some in that first wave. I opened them. I enjoy opening Pokemon. I love getting going for the chase cards. And if you opened and you're waiting for the reprints to come, the magical reprints that are always coming, that are always around the corner, you've got a big decision to make. Like, if you want to have Destined Rivals sealed booster box in your collection, you're really probably going to have to act now. And this is what I'm saying about the whole question, now or never. Like, it really is now, because these are about to go over $1,000. I mean, just this week, I think they've gone up $70, like, on Collector app. You can say what you want about all the apps and stuff like that, but I mean, they're just going off like what's selling. And again, as I said at the start of the video, like, this isn't market manipulation. This is actual market. Like, this is what these things are selling for. The set is not even a year old yet, and it's about to hit $1,000. Like, so if you want to get in before that happens, you really, really need to act now. As we speak on the 6th of Feb, if you've got a bit of spare change, or if you've, got disposable income, and you want somewhere, safe to, like, invest in it, if you're into investing into Pokemon, I would definitely go for it. I would not wait. I would not wait at all. Like, jump on it, because worst case scenario, a heap of restock reprints come out, they go down $100, $150, and okay, that's cool. That's how long is that going to last? Because the set, this is going to go out of print soon anyway, and then they're just going to jump straight back up again. So moral of the story: invest in a booster box if you want to. But again, too, I'm not telling you to sell the dog. I'm not telling you to defer on loans or anything like that. I definitely, like, never recommend that. Only if you can afford it. And if it's not going to break the bank, and you want to have one in your collection, or you want to expand your collection, now is the time. Like, now is the time to do it. What you don't want to do is start paying $100 for these and $90 for these, because it's not worth it. I picked this up yesterday from, like, Kmart for $49. There's plenty of these. Don't panic on these. Don't panic on these. Don't panic on single, like, blister packs and stuff like that. It's mainly the booster boxes and ETBs. So say if a booster box is out of your price range that you're comfortable with, probably grab an ETB, because, like, you can't really go wrong with ETBs. Most of the time they only get, like, one reprint. I think, like, Surging Sparks, Prismatic obviously is, like, the exception. I don't, we never got a Journey Together ETB, like, reprint, even though they're still advertised. Like, and again, like, we're talking, like, small numbers. We're not talking, like, release day numbers. Like, even if they do reprint, like, Destined Rivals ETBs, like, it's not going to meet demand. It's not going to meet demand at all. Again, too, like, so definitely don't waste your money on these. Like, these are still coming out. Like, this is the answer to the supply problem. So, like, don't FOMO on these or anything like that. But unfortunately, there's going to be the carry-on effect, because as these keep going up and start hitting $1,000, you're going to have people, trying to sell these at the same price, it's just not worth it. So I wouldn't go on these. But if you have the money and you're within budget, definitely go on one of them. Other than that, I think that's pretty much all I have to say on Destined Rivals. This is my first upload a video to YouTube as far as regarding Pokemon or anything like that. If you've made it this far, like, thank you so much for like hanging around and listening to me waffle on. Again, this is just my 2 cents. This is just my opinion. Yeah, and I hope to do many more videos like this. You know, there's plenty of booster boxes and Pokemon products to, you know, to talk about. You know, might talk about these shortly as well, comic books, things like that, all things collecting, games and whatnot. I'm sure I can find something to waffle on about. But yeah, thanks so much.